Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another webinar, another live stream from Firearms Legal Protection. So whether you're joining us from Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're joining us from, we are glad to have you. So we've had a couple people kind of submit comments in advance, and we're going to hope to answer some of those questions tonight. We also sent out an email blast just letting everybody know, hey, some things have changed. We've got some new benefits. We've extended some things. And so this is a good opportunity for us to just kind of talk about that, what we cover, how we've grown, how your plan may have changed. So it's not going to be as much of a gun topic as we've done on some of the previous things, but this is more information that as members of Firearms Legal Protection or anybody who's kind of on the fence, learning about it, deciding what you may want, it's a great opportunity to learn about those benefits. So if you have any questions about anything we talked about, just go ahead and put it in the chat and we'll try to get to that as they pop up. But I'm going to hand off the show to tonight. We've got Terry Johnson up in the corner right here. He has been on all of these. You guys are all familiar with Terry. And tonight we also have Linda from Member Benefits. And so she will be helping us understand a lot of these new benefits that are so important to us as members. So Terry and Linda, the show is yours.
Thanks, Plenty.
Thanks, plenty. Well, thanks for having us. Linda, welcome. And why don't, there's been a lot of questions about things that have been going on. And as Plenty said, this is really the heart of it here. This is what members are paying for. Now, Linda, can you tell us who you are and what you do at Firearms Legal Protection?
Yeah, thank you for having me, actually. I'm Linda, and I am the Vice President of the Member Benefits Department. So it's my job to make sure that, and my team's job, to make sure that when members have that incident, that their benefits that they pay for and they picked for their plans, that they're available and ready for them if they ever need them.
And my understanding is there's a lot of work behind that, right? I mean, you guys have had to get the attorneys and the bail bonds folks and all those other things together. So I can say proudly on behalf of all of the members of Firearms Legal Protection, thank you for the job that you and your team actually do for us. If we ever face that situation where, we have to protect ourselves. I mean, you're the other side of that. You'll protect us, correct?
Right. We make sure that the plan, if you have bail bond, that's stuff that needs to happen right now. If you have to have the cleanup, that has to happen now. So we have to be on it, and we treat every member exactly the way we would want to be treated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's talk about some of these benefits. But before we do, I think the main thing that I want to ask is about the attorney benefits. Now, we've got uncapped attorney benefits already. I mean, does that go to like double uncapped? Is that even such a thing?
No, yeah, there's no way to increase that benefit. As much as I would love to say, hey, we've tripled uncapped benefits, there's no way to increase that benefit because there's no cap on it already. There's no limit to that already. So whatever that benefit is, the attorney being an uncapped benefit, there's no way to improve that, right?
Right.
So that's going to stay there.
And that's not changing, correct? So all of our members will continue to have that, right?
Correct.
All right, well, let's talk about a couple of things that are changing. Let's talk about expert witness fees. Why would someone need an expert witness? And well, before you do that, tell us where it was and what it's going to dollar-wise.
Well, expert witness was in the original or the last contract was paired with investigator fee. So you had a cap of $5,000 to either use towards an expert witness or investigator fees. We found in dealing with a lot of these expert witnesses that's just really not enough. That doesn't even break into what it could cost for an expert witness. Expert witnesses, you need to have them if there's a ballistics or an emotional expert that needs to come in, or whatever type of expert your individual plan or your individual incident requires. We want to make sure that our member has that. So we're going above and beyond to make sure that minimum isn't what's meant. We've now offer $10,000 for the expert witness. And that
Oh,
is,
wow.
yeah, that is a great start. Hopefully that will cover that member through the entire case. We have done a lot of research, and we have a lot of people that are already expert witnesses that we have contracted with so that they're there for our members. And $10,000 seems to be the perfect spot for our members.
Well, that's great. And here's the interesting thing, about that. You mentioned you never know what kind of expert you're going to need, right? I mean, it could be an expert on self-defense. It could be an expert on ballistics. It can be an expert on video cameras. Maybe there's something from a different angle, but you and your team have put quite a few of these people in place, correct?
That is correct.
Outstanding.
All over, just ready, willing and ready to help our members.
All right, great. Well, let me ask this one. Now, you talk about expert witnesses. What about private investigators? And I'm going to surprise Linda here with this one. She's not ready for this. But one thing Linda hasn't told you is that she's actually a licensed private investigator as well. Is that right, Linda?
That is correct.
So you really understand what a private investigator does and how they work. Why don't you tell us, some things that we would hire a private eye for?
Well, let's talk about the increase of the benefit
Sure.
first. So as I was saying when we were talking about the expert witness, it was private investigator and expert witness were clumped together in one, and you had a max benefit of $5,000. So again, with that not really helping our members, but it's not doing what we need it to do for our members. So we have also increased private investigator to a $10,000 fee as well. So we're going to pay an investigator $10,000 and an expert witness $10,000 if those are needed. They're not together anymore. They're completely separate. And private investigators, you would be really surprised to understand what private investigators are doing for our members. If there's a surveillance, look, everybody has cameras now, right? Even on your phone, everybody's recording everything. So you as a person who's had this incident can't go to a gas station and say, hey, give me your surveillance, give me your surveillance videos. I need those for my incident. You can't do that. There's a chain of custody that's involved. So private investigators are needed for that. If there was a witness that was there, private investigators are going to be the ones that are going to have to go and get that statement. We want to make sure that our members have everything that they need to be successful in this fight. So we have allotted $10,000 towards the private investigator, and that's a really great amount, a great amount.
Outstanding. No, let me ask this, do things generally, again, I'm just speaking from your experience as a private investigator, and I want to give out a shout to my friend Neil Widener. I see he commented. Neil, great to see you. And tell my buddy Cody I love him. All right.
No, Stephanie. Hi from me and Cody.
So Linda, let's go back to this real quick. Tell me, we've had to employ for some of our members private investigators. Does it normally go the way that it should go, or are there lots of twists and turns in there that people at the end are just glad that they had a PI to help them out?
Well, so I have done a lot of investigation on this. I've done a lot of work and research, and my team has done a lot of research on this too. And we've kind of compared cases where, not from our members, just general cases where people could have used private investigators, but they didn't have the money for them. And they just didn't go the same way that they would have had they had that extra backing, those extra people there to support their case and their incident. If there's somebody that you need to get a statement from and you don't have an investigator to do that, you're not going to be able to use that statement. Or if that person can't come to court for you, sometimes the private investigator can get that, get it notarized, that statement, and then it can sometimes be submitted. So there's a lot of things that the benefits to having even with the expert witness, the benefits to having the expert witness and the private investigator, there was a night and day difference to if you had the money to pay for it, if you didn't have the money to pay for it.
And I could, oh, I'm sorry. And I would say, I could tell you as a criminal defense attorney, you know, having a private investigator is like having my own police officer. Because if you look at the prosecution, that's truly what they rely on. They'll have their police officer go out and get a statement. They'll have their police officer go out and get a, you know, surveillance tapes, things along those lines. And when you don't have it as a criminal defense attorney, it makes it a lot harder to help defend that member. So great job. And thank you, folks at Member Benefits, you and your team for, you know, what you've done. And I also see here, I'm kind of looking at this. It appears that the incident scene cleanup, is there a change there?
Yes, we have added funds to that. We actually have a lot of partners in the incident scene cleanup business. And it is a bad thing to talk about. Nobody wants to really think about this at all, right? But if a bad guy comes in your window and you shoot them, stuff is going to be there. You know, the police are going to take the body at the end of the day, or the ambulance, whatever.
Linda, what kind of stuff?
Not stuff that you can just clean with bleach wipes and throw it on your curb. You just can't do that. You know, it's pathogens. It's stuff that has to be professionally cleaned up. And in talking with a lot of our companies that we, you know, call on to help our members, they really think that the great spot for that is at a $5,000 fee. That usually takes care of everything that our member has to have done. If there is extra, I have talked to a lot of the cleanup guys on this as well. A lot of your homeowners insurances will pay certain amounts to have that done. There's that deductible. So it's kind of a toss up. The incident scene cleanup guys, they're fantastic. They know exactly when we call them to get there, that this isn't something that can wait. This isn't, you know, cleaning up a garage, you know, for somebody who's been a hoarder. This is pathogens. This is something that these are our members' homes. These need to be done right away. So the urgency from our cleanup guys has been fantastic. They have been on the spot as soon as we've called them. So we did increase that. It was at a $2,500 cap, and that didn't really seem to get everything that we needed to get done for our members. So we did get that increased.
Well, that's pretty good. But let me ask this. You know, so we've increased expert witness.
Mm-hmm.
We've increased private investigation. We've increased incident scene cleanup. Now, does this mean that everybody's prices are going up? I mean, what if I signed up years ago and I have a price lock? You know, because
right.
I went to a class, or, you know, I took took some kind of FLP seminar and got some education. I mean, how does this work?
So the price lock is fantastic, right? And we offer the price lock to our members because you're getting this extra education on how to protect yourself, right? Because the price lock is usually given most of the time when you're taking the classes or at a seminar or doing something special where you're educating or you're learning more about what's happening, right? The price lock keeps our members who have been members with us, even if you signed up 2 weeks ago, you're going to get all of these new things with no additional charge. The price lock locks you in, and that's exactly what it's done. So whenever we add any new benefits, you get those at no extra charge.
Wow. So basically, now I'll tell you, you know, obviously being here in Michigan, I used to do sales a long time ago, and there was a gentleman, I'm not sure if he's on or not tonight, out of the Battle Creek area. And he was one of the first to buy our family plans. And he got our family plan literally at like $21.95. And every time I see him, it is just utterly amazing. He always says, "What's it up to now?" First words out of his mouth.
Right.
And he's like, "Well, my prices haven't gone up, but I'm getting all these great things." So that's really good to know. And someone asked a question on here, and I think you've answered it. It says, "I have a locked-in family plan rate. do the increase to limits affect my rate, or is it an add-on I have to purchase?
Yeah, there's no additional fees at all. It comes with your plan. So instead of now being $2,500, it's just $5,000. Or instead of being $2,500 or $5,000 for each, or whichever one you need, you've got separate packages for those, or separate benefits for those. Sometimes, some people say, well, $5,000 is a lot. You can use that either for investigator or expert witness, but what if you needed both, right? So we wanted to make sure that our members had everything that they needed to get through without having to put a dime of their own money besides their monthly plan. So if this gentleman is paying $21 from the start, he's still paying $21 today, and he's getting all of these new benefits. There's nothing additional. But you know what I do want to say? We haven't really talked about this, and I don't even know if you guys really even remembered this, but we did do something with the firearm confiscation too.
Well, let's talk about it. What did we do with the firearm confiscation?
Yeah, so before, if you get arrested.
Linda, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what the firearm confiscation was a couple of weeks ago before you tell us what it is now.
Right. So what firearm confiscation is if you get arrested and you've had a use of weapons incident with a firearm and it is confiscated by law enforcement. If you don't get that firearm back within a year, we give you up to $1,000 as a replacement towards that firearm, because we want our members to be able to protect themselves. Well, now what we're doing is we've changed that time frame to now 6 months. So once everything is done and your case is all concluded, if you don't have that back within 6 months, oh, my phone's ringing, I'm sorry. If you don't have that back within 6 months, you can, see, this is somebody who's not online with us. You can, I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you turn your phone off, and I'll something I want to say about that that's kind of interesting is, it's 6 months, but here's a funny thing. A lot of people always say the following, well, what if I shoot him with my 1911 that, is worth $3,500? Here's the good news. You've only lost $2,500, right? So we haven't decreased the value. What we've done basically is we've put ourselves and you in a position to get this back a lot earlier. So
correct.
There you go. So as it shows on the screen, 6 months, not a year. Before we get into a couple of other things, let me ask Linda, what about some other things? I mean, we're getting these increases and shortening timetables. What about other benefits like bail bonds? Does that mean that's going down? Does that stay the same? What's going on there?
Yeah, none of our other benefits are going to be affected by adding new benefits on. There's no decrease in anything else, so that we're increased in any other benefit. So those benefits are all going to stay where they are right now. I wish I could move everything up, right, to uncapped, like our attorney's fees, but all the other benefits are going to stay where they are right now. There's nothing else that's being affected, especially in a negative way. I would not allow that to happen. I would fight.
Yeah, just so you folks know, Linda truly goes to bat for each of you out here. I mean, we have a business to run, but she is always concerned about you, the member, and making sure not only that you're covered, but, some of these increases and new benefits she's about to talk about have been from dealing with actual incidents. Her and her team handle these, and, she gets feedback and basically says, hey, this just isn't enough. We need to do more. So, absolutely. Well, Linda, let me ask this question. There's one other item on here. He said everything else is staying the same. Bail bonds is, what is that, $250,000? Is that right?
Yeah, on the premium.
Okay, $250,000. How about the counseling? Is that still a benefit as well?
Correct. that is a benefit.
And can you tell us how, about it? Why would someone need this?
Well, as we say, you have this, you have the first fight, which is the physical fight, whether it be with a firearm or any other type of legal weapon. And then you have that legal fight, which is the second fight. And then you have that emotional fight. That's the battle that you could have with yourself. That could last for a very long time. This, think about this for a minute. You've just used a weapon to protect yourself, but you still used a weapon. So you go through that, and all of the instructors know that because I'm actually an instructor as well, but we're always saying, there's that emotional, did I do the right thing? Should I have done something different? Could I have stopped this or prevented this from happening if I didn't do this? So you're going to have those feelings, and that emotional toll can really kick in and take a hold of your life. So we don't want that to happen to our members. We want our members to be able to go on with their life and not have this horrific incident be something that is keeping them from living their best life.
Absolutely. And a lot of people really don't think about that. I mean, having been in the position of having to deal with people who have used lethal force and actually, to protect themselves. I often get calls, literally as, days and weeks after saying, boy, what happened? I don't remember. I really want to talk to someone, and nothing against their attorney. It's okay to talk to your attorney. However, your attorney is not a trained medical professional that can help you out. And this is a benefit that I believe people should really try to take advantage of. And
right, absolutely.
Well, Linda, these are great, but let me ask, have we added anything?
Yes, we actually have just added a new benefit to all of our plans. So whether you have the premium plan or the basic plan, you now have what's called expungements. We've added that on.
And this is for everybody?
This is for all members. All members will receive this benefit, regardless of plan. And the expungement benefit is a little bit tricky and a little confusing. There's a lot of questions, a lot of whether or not your state handles it or has expungements. There's a lot of little nitty-gritty things that go in with this, but we wanted to make sure that if our member needed to have something taken off of their record, that their record was clear, and we were able to provide that benefit for them.
Well, now you say that their record is clear, and I want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Does this cover, like, I did something years ago and now I have this service, you guys, FLP is going to take it off?
Right. No, it doesn't cover that. So let me just get a little bit, clarify what I said. What expungements are going to be for, or who they're going to be for, is if, say, for example, you were arrested but never charged. In some states, once you've been arrested and had your fingerprints, your mugshot, all of that stuff, even if you weren't charged, that stays on your record. So if somebody is trying to get a job, if somebody is trying to do anything where their record or their history would come into effect, that could completely derail them. So we want to make sure that that's not on there. Even if you were charged and then not convicted, so you were found not guilty, we would do that for you as well. We want to make sure that our members have the best advantages, and that's what we're here for.
So in some states, you mean to tell me that, if I get arrested and let's say I'm never charged, I've got to get an attorney to get that off of my record? It doesn't come off automatically?
Yeah, it does not. It does not come off automatically. However, there are some states that do have an automatic record cleaning, but there's so much criteria that goes with that most of our members would not qualify for that, to have that automatic done. It's usually because of a use of weapon. It doesn't fall in the automatic where it automatically gets removed or automatically gets up for consideration to be removed. So For our members, we don't want them to have to pay for that. So we're adding $5,000 to everyone's plan for that as a benefit if they do need to have that done. And it is only going to be for something that happens while you're a member, and it has to be something that is an approved FLP incident. So if you're robbing a 7-Eleven and you have to use your firearm in self-defense, you're in commission of a crime. So yeah, you needed to use your gun because someone was going to shoot you because you were going to shoot them. So that's not going to be something, just like our benefits wouldn't cover for somebody that's committing a crime, the expungement also would not go towards that.
Okay, and I want to stay on expungements just for a moment. If in fact, again, let's say I got arrested, what about, because I know this happens sometimes as well. I get arrested, it's on my record. What if there's like a NICS background check or something as a result of the incident? And let me be clear here. These incidents, the person can't plead guilty, correct?
Correct.
And can't be found guilty, right?
That's correct.
And if they don't plead guilty, they're not found guilty, then you and your team will employ our great network of attorneys to take care of that, right?
Correct.
Does that include a NICS background check as well? And what I mean by that is, if it comes back that this incident that they had while they were an FLP member, as you said, approved, is the reason, will we take care of that?
Yeah. So your question, you're making me think about all of my knowledge on expungements. Yeah. So that is going to be something that we would make sure that an attorney was even on the phone with you to find out what we needed to do for you. So yeah, that is something that we would look into for you.
Outstanding. Just a couple of comments I want to look at right here. Let's see. Of course, I get an email that comes across my screen. So, all right, couple of things here. What if I'm upgrading from an individual plan to a premium plan? Do I pay the old locked-in price or the new price plan? I believe if you haven't locked it in at this point, you'd have to pay the new price. But I could tell you, Linda and her team this isn't going to be it. I'm sure sometime next year or the year after, they're going to come back with more benefits and other things. So if you haven't done it yet, definitely lock yourself in or get into another plan, and that one will be locked in. Couple of others here. Let's see. So I say, Heather May, Linda's is a compliment for you. I have to say, as a woman, it's really awesome to see another woman who takes the time to really learn and want to educate people on how to better protect themselves and what to do after they do. So, Linda, you and your team, thank you for that.
Thank you.
And few other questions are coming in we'll take after the break. But one other thing I just wanted to briefly mention that Linda forgot about that we also cover. We have so many benefits that we offer you. Red flag is another benefit that is not going away, right, Linda?
Well, I didn't forget about it. Nobody asked me about it. Yes, that's not going anywhere. And again, that's a benefit that goes to all of our members as well, regardless of your plan. So that's a benefit that no matter what plan you have. And I do want to say something to Heather May. My entire team is all female. So just to throw that out there.
And you know what, Linda, I didn't even notice that till you mentioned.
Yeah.
So great, outstanding. And before we go to Plenty, I do want to just say something. If you look over Linda's shoulder there, you'll see a ribbon that is there. And I know there are a lot of Michiganders. Yes, that's what we call ourselves, Michiganders. And we always, where we live because we can always do one of these, right? But to all the Michiganders out there, especially those folks in and around Oakland County at Oxford, our prayers and thoughts are with you. And, our family here at Firearms Legal Protection is supporting the Oxford community. And we just want you to know that you're in our prayers and our thoughts. And Stay strong, Oxford, stay strong. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Plenty for a small break.
Thanks, Harry. So I want to just quickly tell anybody who's listening, who's watching this show, first of all, if you're a member, thank you so much. And this whole show, it's only can happen because of our members. And Linda and the whole member benefits team is constantly fighting to truly bring the best. So much. Terry kind of mentioned this earlier, that we're trying to run a business. We're trying to look at, here's what we can do in this state. Here are all the coverages we can do. Here are the systems that support it. But Linda and her team just does an excellent job of truly fighting on the members' behalf to get the most out of every single benefit that we can grant to the member. So with that, I want to go back through the benefits really quick. Now, I know a lot of people, when you signed up, you kind of saw all these options of all the plans and here's what they cover. And there's probably a lot of information really quick. And Linda has covered a lot of these and covered some of the changes. So I wanted to go through some of the benefits in terms of how they break down on a plan by plan level. But I also want to let you know, if you have friends, family, relatives, maybe that one buddy at the range who is not covered by Firearms Legal Protection, now is a great time to sign up. And we actually have a discount code down below, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. If you follow that link, you can get a discount for being a viewer of this webinar. So the prices you'll see are with that discount code. If you just go to the website and sign up, they're a little bit different. So we're going to show a discount that's assuming you have that code tonight. So I'm going to pull up the plans and go over through what each plan includes with these new benefits.
Firearms Legal Protection offers several different plans to our members. These plans are generally divided into individual plans and family plans. These membership plans are also divided by state. In a few states, Firearms Legal Protection is regulated as an insurance service. In these states, there are sometimes limitations on what benefits can be provided and at what price points these membership plans can be sold. For the purposes of this video, we will just look at the generic all other states versions of our membership plan. The individual basic plan is the heart of our service. It is the bread and butter of what we provide. The individual basic plan provides protection only in your state of residence. So if you reside in Texas, this does not cover you in Oklahoma. It's only in your state. This plan does include uncapped payment of attorney's fees for defense of criminal cases and uncapped payment of attorney's fees for defense of civil cases. This protection extends to all legal weapons. The individual basic plan also includes a new coverage that is the defense of extreme risk protection orders, also known as red flag laws. With the individual basic plan, you have access to our 24/7 emergency attorney answered hotline, and you have access to the MyFLP mobile app. Our newest benefit, expungement of criminal record, is offered on all plans, including the individual basic plan. In addition to the benefits of the individual basic plan, all Firearms Legal Protection members are given access to exclusive digital content. This includes newsletters, webinars, ebooks, and other great digital content. Members, even of the individual basic plan, also have access to special discounts on affiliated brands and products. If you don't travel out of state frequently, or you simply want the lowest price on great legal protection, the individual basic plan is the best plan for you. If you want some more advanced features or travel frequently, we recommend the individual premium plan. The individual premium plan includes all of the benefits of the individual basic plan, as well as protection in all 50 states, not just your state of residence. The individual premium plan also includes payment of a bail bond premium. If you are ever arrested and need to post bail, this is extremely helpful. This plan also includes payment of fees for expert witnesses and payment of fees for investigators, should either be needed in a trial. Also with the premium plan, you now have access to counseling support and payment of lost wages if you're out of work during a trial. At this level, members also have access to our incident scene cleanup benefit. Premium members are also eligible for payment for incident-related firearm confiscation. If law enforcement confiscates your firearm related to a self-defense incident, Firearms Legal Protection will write you a check for the fair market value of your firearm so that you may purchase another. As you can see, both the individual basic and individual premium plans offer uncapped and complete legal protection, but the premium plan offers a bit more, including other benefits and coverage out of your state of residence. This plan is great for individuals who travel or who want the best protection available. Many of our members want the same valuable legal protection that they have for their entire family. This is why we offer the Family Premium Plan. This is based on the individual premium plan, and it extends to all 50 states. It includes all the benefits of both the individual premium and the individual basic plans, but it now applies to your spouse and all minor children. We define minor children as any children who are age 17 and younger living at home with you. With the Family Premium Plan, your spouse and minor children are no less of a member than the primary member. They have all the same benefits. This plan is recommended for anyone who wants the best legal protection for himself as well as spouse and children. As you can see, the three plans are distinctly different and are not just a good, better, best model. They have different advantages for individuals who are in different places in life. If you have a family, or if you want the most affordable coverage, or if you want the very best coverage, there's a plan for you.
So if you're not already a member, there's a great opportunity to sign up with that discount. So we'd love to have you if you consider carrying a weapon in your day-to-day life or in your home to defend yourself. We think that you should also consider the legal side of personal protection, and that's what we're here for. We're here for the members. So with that, I want to kind of get back to our topic tonight. I think this has been really helpful in explaining a lot of these benefits. Just a good refresher for people who signed up and really want to know what is covered, what isn't covered, what all do you provide, what comes with my plan. It's been a good refresher. So with that, we also have some questions. Terry, Linda, is there anything that you want to get to or mention before we start the questions?
Well, there are one or two. Linda, when does this take effect, these new benefits and things?
Well, they actually took effect December 1st.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so they are actually already in effect for our members.
Outstanding. What do you got for us, Plenty?
All right, we got a question from Anthony. I have price lock. When I upgraded from my current tier, will I still have price lock?
I think that's actually going to be a customer service question. I'm not sure on that question at all.
I would say if you have price lock, price lock isn't something that goes away. If you have questions about what price you're paying, now that does vary state by state, so we can't answer that here. But you either have price lock or you don't. We're not taking price lock away.
Yeah, I think what he's asking is if he goes from, say, a basic to a premium, if he signs up 2 years ago, is he going to get the 2 years ago price for the premium? I think that's what he's saying. I'm not sure.
Right, and I can answer that. The answer to that one would be no, you're going to get the price that it's at today. However, the price you put, that you get locked in for, because as long as you remain a member, your price lock is going to follow you for life. Whatever price you lock into next, you'll be at that price. And once Linda and her team come back with more benefits and more increases for those benefits, you'll be locked into that price no matter what it is.
And that's why price lock, like Terry was mentioning earlier, we have members who are paying far less because they saw the advantage of this and they said, you know what? I'm going to protect my life for probably my whole life. I'm in it for the long haul. And so there's a financial benefit. It's like buying Apple in the 90s. So another question here from Mr. Cheeky Chops, frequent viewer here. I'm joining FLP, I think, when I moved to Florida. I'm in Washington. So
yeah, well, great. We want to have you as a member of FLP, no matter where you are. And let me say this, maybe I'm letting the cat out of the bag just a little, but Plenty's saying, don't do it. I'll tell you what, we will be making some more announcements coming the first quarter. And I think it might affect people like Cheeky Chops and other people in the state of Washington and some other places. So I'll let you folks kind of figure out what that is.
So there's
But
a
stay tuned.
little bit of a spoiler there, but yeah, big news coming. Y'all stay tuned. All right, another one. I'm very glad that y'all increased the expert witness amounts. Can mean all the difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, it does. And, you know, here's the great part about that. What if you need 2 experts? Think about that. You know, what if you need a ballistics expert and somebody that does video surveillance? Now, you know, with this increase that, you know, our members are getting, you might be able to get both of those under that $10,000 cap. It's possible.
Well, and Terry, we just saw a huge national case that did use an expert witness, correct?
Used a couple of experts. Yeah, one took the stand. You know, we plenty, as you know, we've got Asp, John Correa. He's one of the experts that Linda and her team were able to get on the list of people we use. So I can tell you, John's not cheap, you know, and I don't know if he's watching or not, but, you know, he's going to be going to law school soon. You could tell him I said that. So, and that's a joke. That's an inside joke for those of you who watch Active Self-Protection Extra on Friday mornings with John and I. So, but in all seriousness, he is one of our experts.
So another question, well, not really a question here, but something from Sharon. So I feel better having FLP behind me, but I hope that I never have to use your service. That's something that's difficult from, especially the marketing side, to communicate, that it's one of those things that best case scenario, you don't have to use it. But in many ways, that's why people purchased a firearm for self-defense. That's why people keep a fire extinguisher in the kitchen. People who are thinking proactively plan this stuff out. We want to have the best service and all these benefits that Linda explained earlier. We have that there so that if you ever have to use it, they're ready to go.
Right. And no, if you do ever have to use it, we're ready for you.
Hey, Linda, without breaking any confidentiality, or because we're not talking about any individual here, what do a lot of people say after they've had to utilize our service? What do they say to you and your team?
You know, everybody has a different experience. It just depends. But we are best friends when this is all done. We are called all the time, being asked questions that most people don't understand. You know, if the police are going through your garbage, do you know if that's normal? Do you know what you're supposed to do? Do you know? So our members call us and we're there for them, and we have zero issues with that. We have their numbers programmed into our phone. So when they call, we know it's them. A lot of them will get our personal cell phone numbers so that if they do have issues later on, we're there for them. Like I said, we become their best friends. We walk them through until the end, you know, until they get to a point where it's all done. They can take a deep breath. You know, they know that they've been helped. A lot of our members, you know, Terry, being a criminal attorney, a lot of these cases don't really go to trial. But up until that, and especially during this whole COVID thing, COVID has put so many things on the back burner. Our members are experiencing longer than normal waiting for their stuff to be resolved. And that's really difficult to continue to go on with your life when you have this hanging over your head. So having somebody on your speed dial that you can call and say, hey, what do I do today with this? You know, it makes it easier for them. And it's our pleasure to help.
Great. Thank you.
Got a lot of Oxford Strong and prayers for Oxford comments tonight. Another question from Mr. Anthony. When does the new price increase take effect? So that took effect December 1st with the increase to this benefit. But like Linda and Terry have both mentioned, if you're already a member, there is no price increase. You're locked in. You're good to go. And that's why when we're doing this show here tonight, that's why we have that discount code. So the price already did go up, but there's a chance to save off of the full face value price. So anything else to add on that about the price taking effect?
I'm sorry, Linda, go ahead.
It's just that most of our members would never even know that there was a price increase. Well, none of our members would know
Yeah.
there's a price increase because they're not going to receive one. They're just getting the benefits.
There's a question in the chat there, Plenty. How long is the discount code good for to current members to upgrade?
Just call in customer service. So if you're not a member, click the discount code. That's the best way to sign up because there's a whole procedure. We need some information from you. Like I said, some of this varies a little bit state by state. So it goes through an automated procedure that assigns the correct plan to you. But if you're already a member and you need to upgrade, just give our customer service team a call and they'll help you out.
Great.
So Susan says, is expungement only for a self-defense related case?
Yeah, they're going to be just for our firearms legal protection approved cases. So yes, it would be just for our approved, anything normally that we would normally cover. That's where an expungement would come in.
And can I say one thing right after that? For those, some of you have called in and actually talked to Susan Lewis, and that customer service team does a phenomenal job of connecting and making sure your needs are taken care of. So again, we that's who we are at Firearms Legal Protection. You know, we don't want to lose that personal touch that we have with so many of our members. And thanks to Susan and her team, for doing what they do.
Absolutely. We got another hooray for locked in prices. We've had several comments like that. Members doing it right, who are thinking long term, paying the old rate but getting all the new benefits.
Right.
That's the way to do it. We've got another question here. It's an interesting one. Can FLP be used in conjunction with another membership? So yes, it absolutely can. There are some things where you're paying to double up and you might not want to do that, but if for some reason that's the choice you want to make, we can. So I'm sure y'all have some stories on this one.
Well, it's actually, you can use us in conjunction with other memberships. If you have some of our competitors, what you would do is you would use those benefits before you would tap into our benefits. But if you had like a homeowner's insurance or something like above and beyond, like a firearms protection or self-defense protection that would just kind of go in just kind of help out with that, we would definitely do that as well. We would work with that as well. And some states, they do have victims advocacy programs that offer things that we don't, that you're entitled to in the states. And my team actually will help our members get those benefits that they're entitled to as well.
Got another thumbs up from Jason. FLP is the best. We recommend it every time someone buys a gun at our shop. And we see that a lot. We see a lot of people who are proactively thinking about, how do I protect myself? How do I protect my family? And they're making a lot of those decisions at the same time. So thank you, Jason. Thank you for recommending us. Thank you for being a loyal fan. That's definitely appreciated.
And Jason and his lovely wife, Natalie, thanks for all your support here and around the Michigan area. You guys are awesome.
All right, just trying to see if we have any more questions. We're getting a lot of stuff that's very similar. Some more hooray for price locks, stuff like that. Anything else you guys want to cover?
Well, just let me ask a couple of things. I see someone here. Are you looking for sales reps? Why don't you give us our customer service number, our customer service department a call, and they can take your information. I'm just looking at all the great comments here. I just want to say, actually, and I give Linda the last word. It's, these are her benefits areas, so to speak. But, I feel very privileged to, come to work every day and be able to help people, and working around great people like Plenty and Susan and Linda and other folks. It's really an honor, just because at the end of the day, we're all fighting for the same thing. And we want to make sure that you guys are protected. You've heard me say once, and you're going to hear me say again, I prefer FLP, but if you don't have us, hey, get somebody, okay? Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure you're covered. We believe we're the best, but again, If you go with someone else, that's okay. But again, really get yourself covered, because I've watched Linda and her team, and when people get into these situations, no one is sitting down planning it. They're not saying tomorrow at 3:00, I'm going to be involved in a self-defense incident. I'm going to do this at 2:00, and a little before that, I'm going to do something different. This happens and your world just turns upside down. And again, hats off to the member benefits department and what they do and how they handle our members when they call in. They're treated with respect and kindness and, compassion and care. And Linda, thanks to you and your team for all you do. And I'll turn the last word to you before we ship it back to Plenty.
Yeah, thank you. We kind of said everything I would say. My team, we make sure that our members they're like, this could happen to any of us. My entire team, we carry. It's not required. We do it because it's our lifestyle. And this could happen to any of us. So we treat every person that calls, even if they just have a question, they haven't had an incident, or even if they had somebody that they know has had an incident and they want to know how this would have worked if that person had us as their coverage. We answer all questions. We're there for our members. We just want everybody to be covered and everybody to be protected.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Linda. And something somebody told me one time that really resonated with me was when somebody was saying, well, do I need this? What are the odds that I don't have to use this? And to me, somebody said, well, look at a deck of cards. What are the odds that one of those cards is the ace of spades? Well, not incredibly good, but you know for a fact that ace of spades is in there.
Mm-hmm.
We know for a fact that this sort of stuff does happen to people, that people need protection, that every day our member benefits team is on the phone helping people with this. So the odds are you going to need this tomorrow? No, you're not. But somebody's needing it right now, and we're here to help. I also wanted to throw out a little teaser. It's the holiday season. A lot of people are doing some Christmas shopping. If you're an FLP member, we have this program called Smart Discounts. We're not going to put in the links, any of the coupon codes in this webinar, because you have to be a member to unlock it. But if you log into your member portal, there's a blue button on the bottom left called Smart Discounts, and you can get a whole lot of coupon codes on a lot of gun stuff, a lot of self-defense stuff. Maybe you need an ear pro, maybe you need a new holster. There's lots of cool discounts in there. So just a little teaser, if you're looking to save some money on some holiday shopping, check out those Smart Discounts. So with that, Terry, Linda, anything else?
Happy holidays to everyone and be safe.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, if you protect yourself, we'll protect you.